Like visitors to remember my name, you'll never know. Maybe we will meet again in future. I am working here at the museum. I'm doing site guiding, doing voluntary work. The plan is to open a tour operator company to take visitors on the guided tour of Soweto because tourism is growing on daily basis. So people, they travel many kilometers to get here, ladies and gentlemen. Then I take time to explain to visitors why the wall, why the trees, why everything it is designed the way it is, so that when you get back home, you share with family members, especially the little ones who are still at school. And I'm sure you do know the movie called Sarafina, starring American movie star Whoopi Goldberg. The movie Sarafina, it is based on the true story about what happened here in Soweto in 1976. I have met people from all over the world. I've met people who have been inside the Holocaust Museum in the US. People are saying inside that museum there is exhibition of 100 most famous photos in the world. People are saying the photo of Hector Peterson, it is on top 5 on the list of 100, next to the photo of the young girl running naked in Vietnam. I am not sure if you have seen the photo before. On the photo, the 12-year-old boy Hector Peterson was still alive. From 1991, the United Nations decided to declare the 16th of June as an African Child's Day. African Child's Day, a whole lot of African countries, they commemorate the day in memory of Hector Peterson. Gentlemen, he was asking me why the line of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, behind us, you get to see the line of plants. The line of fire connects with the entrance of the museum. It is in straight line with the trees to the corner of Muyema and Vilagazi, where 15,000 school children were confronted by the police. That is where the 12-year-old boy Hector Peterson was shot. It was on the 16th of June 1976. It was illegal for black people to take to the street. The government introduced Afrikaans. Let's listen to the history. You will have time to take photos. So the government enforced Afrikaans as the medium of instructions at schools. I'm sure you all know what is Afrikaans. The language deriving from Dutch. The aim was to make this country to be African-speaking nation. It was difficult to a whole lot of learners to change from English to Afrikaans. School teachers who were unable to teach in Afrikaans were fired from their post. They started calling Afrikaans the language of the oppressor, saying Afrikaans is the youngest language in the world. It became official language in 1925. They drafted memorandum of grievances to go to Orlando East Police Station. They were confronted by the police. Police gave them 3 minutes to go back to school, announcing the march illegal. Police started throwing tear gas canisters, and the wind was blowing to police direction, tear gas affecting police. We have French speaking people here.
Yeah.
Are we translating, some of you?
No, they
Okay. So police became angry, saying the life of their best trained dog was more important than the life of a black child. School children, they started singing illegal song, singing the song which was not allowed to be sung in South Africa, because the song, it was uniting black people who were speaking different languages. They were singing the song, Nkosi Singeleli Africa Malupa. As you know, since from 1994, we sing the song as our national anthem. Police became angry, saying the life of their best trained dog was more important than the life of a black child. Saying if they killed a police dog, it was the same as killing policemen. Police opened fire. Hector, he was shot on his neck. He was still alive when the photo was taken. The lady on the photo, her name is Antoinette Sitole. She's Hector Peterson's sister. She was 16 years. She recognized Hector from a distance, recognizing him with his shoes. She joined the gentleman telling him, "You are carrying my brother, he is bleeding, where are you taking him to?" The gentleman, he was just quiet, running to Pefeni Clinic, 200 meters up the road. He put Hector down, he touched him. He said in Zulu language, "Gupelile." Gupelile, it means he is finished, he's gone. The lady, she is still alive. She says the only thing she doesn't forget about that fateful day is the words which were said by the man that his brother is finished. She was outside here a few minutes ago. She used to work here at the museum. She took retirement 4 years ago. She tells visitors it was difficult for her to look at the picture or to talk about the photo. She never received any counseling. After many years, she counseled herself by telling herself that she's going to regard the girl on the photo as another lady. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She also wished she could have met the gentleman carrying Hector again. Unfortunately, it was their first and last time they met. The gentleman carrying Hector, Mbuyisa Makubo, he was 18 years and he became the most wanted boy in Soweto. He fled the country, he went to Botswana, he got scholarship to go and study in Nigeria. When he get to Nigeria, he disappeared. Until now, until today, South Africans, Africa and the world, we are still asking what happened to Mbuyisa Makubo. We say he disappeared in Nigeria because the last time he wrote the letter to his mother, the address was Nigeria. People, they believe security forces followed him to Nigeria and he was assassinated.
Oh.
And the mother, she passed away in 2005. The mother, she was still hoping to see him, telling people he might one day show up. When the museum was opened 2002, she was approached to comment about his disappearance. People were regarding him as a hero. The mother, she's against that. The message on the stone from the mother, commenting by saying, "Mbuyisa is or was my son." In our culture, picking up Hector, it was not an act of heroism. It was his job as a brother. If he had left him on the ground, jumped over his body and somebody saw him doing that, he was not going to live here in Soweto. They were not biological brothers. Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Ubuntu, we are who we are because of others. Ubuntu humanity, we are each other brothers, keepers. Without each other, it is difficult to survive. The gentleman who took the picture, Sam Nzima, the photographer, he was confronted by the police. Police took the film of his camera. He had decided to put the film of the picture in his socks. The following day, the photo went global, causing international outcry. He was under house arrest for 2 years and he decided to stop taking photos from that time until he died on the 4th of May 2018 at the age of 84. When they took to the street, you might know the movie called Cry Freedom, starring American movie star Denzel Washington, or Peter Gabriel's song called Bigo. Peter Gabriel, he produced and sang the song 1980. The song was not allowed to be played on our radio stations. It was until 1990 when Mandela was released. On the movie, Denzel Washington playing as Steve Biko. Steve Biko was regarded by the government as the man who poisoned those who took to the street. He founded the Black Consciousness Movement in 1969, encouraging Africans to have self-confidence, to have pride, to know that they are also capable. And he inspired a whole lot of student leaders who started using the slogan, "Black is beautiful." The gentleman who took the famous picture, Sam Nzima, he was confronted by the police. Police took the film of his camera. He had decided to put the film of the picture in his socks. The following day, the photo went global and police became embarrassed. He was under house arrest for 2 years. He decided to stop taking photos from that time until he died on the 4th of May 2018 at the age of 84. You will see the mini waterfall without wasting time, symbolizing the tears of parents who did not get to see their children again. Do you know how many who lost their lives? Africans, people? It is written on the big rock, the boulder. It was 600 school children who were shot dead.
Wow.
140 of them were under the age of 14. And the youngest child to die, Lili Miti. Lily, she was shot on the 17th of June. She was walking with her mother. They were approached by people who were running away from the police. Police were opening fire. They decided to join the crowd. Lily's mother, she was shot on her leg. She fell down. That's when the little girl was trying to be brave. She decided to stop running, to go back and help her mother. She was also unfortunate. She was shot with a 9mm bullet. And the bullet went through her heart and her right lung. She died instantly. She was 8 years. And her body was lying on the street for more than 5 hours, covered with newspapers, because ambulances were not coming here in Soweto. They were not only against Africans, they were also against Bantu education, introduced 1953. This was an education designed only for Africans. The government saying black people were not capable, they needed to be prepared as cheap labor. A young black child needed to be taught at early age that equality with white people was not for them. 2 months after they took to the street, Afrikaans, it was stopped as the medium of instructions at schools. We speak 11 official languages in South Africa. Afrikaans is the third most spoken language in South Africa. And lastly, Hector was not buried there. Former President Nelson Mandela, he unveiled a memorial stone in 1992. Mandela, he suggested the trees should be planted. He planted the first tree. Second tree, former US President Bill Clinton, Archbishop Tutu, and other trees community members. These are olive trees, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, a branch of olive tree, it is a sign of peace. Mandela encouraging South Africans to forgive and not to forget, so that it doesn't happen again. And a year after he took over as the president, he declared the 16th as a national holiday. It is called the Youth Day. It is dedicated to those who took to the street in 1976 and to the young people of today. Young South Africans are having challenges, high rate of teenage pregnancy, high rate of illiteracy, high rate of HIV and AIDS, high rate of corruption from government officials. Drugs, they are becoming a problem to the community. Youngsters are now becoming drug addicts, and community members, they are still believing in mob justice. Someone commit a crime, they don't call the police, they beat the person first, then after he bleeds, then the police will come. So people are still facing challenges, but people are hoping for much better future. Ladies and gentlemen, Soweto used to be known as dangerous. Soweto used to be known as no-go area for white people. But because of our history, because of our heritage, Soweto has become one of the safest and most visited tourism attraction, and tourism does contribute a lot to the development of Soweto. My name is Puluko. I am working here at the museum doing voluntary work. The plan is to open a tour operator company to take visitors on the guided tour of Soweto, because tourism is growing on a daily basis. I don't charge visitors for this kind of service. I'm one of those who